Happy Bills football game. It is Sunday, September 8th maybe, 2024. Let's have a look. This is, I made a fixture here. I'll show that later. You can kind of see it. I got it clamped there, the bottom one, and then it's clamped right there. And then the top one is the longer board. It's 6.5 foot. And what we're trying to do is make double-ended, well, 2-point stakes. And we're going to cut double-ended and then cut it with a chainsaw in the middle. That's our plan. Let's see how it works. You can see we marked 6 foot there. So the thought is going to get the saw blade to cut right there, and then I'm going to flip the board and make another cut, and that'll be a 2-point cut for the stakes. Let's have a look. There we go. So we got, not the same angle on top and bottom. What does that mean? Not exactly sure. But anyways, we got a pretty good cut on this side. This one's a lot shallower. And let's see what this side looks like. This looks like it's more symmetrical top and bottom cut. So we have like a 6-foot board with an angle cut on one end and the other end, and then we have to cut them lengthwise, and that's why we left it long, because if it's shorter than the bunks, then I have to do some special fixturing. I'd rather have them long enough to go between the two supports, and then we'll cut them. So we got a couple more to try. Alright, this one's a little bit more symmetrical here than the other end. I think it's a little bit more symmetrical. So we got double-ended 2.5 foot stakes ready to go. Alright, so this section here is going to be 3 foot. And then we're going to do a 2.5 foot section. And this is going to be a 2.5. So I think I'm going to cut here, which should put a point on both of these, but this is going to be a cutoff. So I'll have to put this later on here to cut the other angle, but that'll be a butt end. And to cut the lengthwise, I'll just have to try to jam it in with the rest of them. Well, let's see what happens. clamp. Okay, here we go. So look, and it's pretty symmetrical. So this is going to be a 2.5 footer here. But it doesn't quite look 2.5 foot. Okay, you cut the double ends, this tips up. So this is just like a 1-inch thick ash board, probably 6 inches, 7 inches. Put a little piece on the bottom so I can clamp this way, and I put a little piece over here so I can clamp on this side. This little board was just so it hits up against down here, and the top part rests up against here, so everything is nice and aligned this way. Not perfect, but you know, for something fun to do on a Sunday. Okay, so now we're gonna rip them. You can see we got 1, 2, 3, and the short one there. I put a bottom board so that the short one can rest on there. But that's the problem if they're shorter than the bunk width. Then I have to put a board. Then it won't hit the supports in the back, so then I got to put a brace in the back. I got to change in sizes. Yeah, so we're gonna see if we can make some cuts here. Alright, we got this double-ended stakes on our cutting fixture. We're gonna cut right here. We clamped it there and there so they won't move. Do this section first, and then we got those to cut. Okay, so approximately 25 stakes, double-ended. So let's take a look at the symmetry of the cuts. Some are pretty nasty, gnarly, yeah. But some of them aren't too bad. And they're somewhere between 2.5, 3 foot long, and they're 1.25 by 1.25 inches. Yeah, so that was kind of fun. I have a use for some steaks, so I thought I would do that instead of trying to do the cuts on a miter saw or the table saw. I thought I'd do it again. And I just made this little fixture over here that just with a couple of clamps